Hi, I'm Dreamy Abaddon, and in this video, you're going to learn how to build your class with the new specialization system. There are 3 steps in how to build your class. Step number 1, choose skills that fits your playstyle. This is the most important step, and here is why. All weapons and utility skills are 100% useful. It's how you use them that truly determines their usefulness. When choosing your skills, you want to make sure you're able to deal decent damage, while being able to keep control of the fight, and being able to support yourself. Step number 2. Choose traits to enhance your playstyle. Traits modify the way you play. To get to your trait menu, press the H key on your keyboard. Then click on the Builds tab. Then click on the Traits tab. To choose traits, you'll need to first select what to specialize in. Here are specializations that you would find on a Necromancer: Spite, Curses, Death Magic, Blood Magic, and Soul Reaping. Each specialization has its own sets of traits to choose from. Be sure to review all the traits that each specialization offers before deciding what to specialize in. This way, you'll have a good idea on which traits will best modify and enhance the way you play. After you have finished reviewing all the traits that each specializations offer, you are now ready to select which specializations you want active. Here you can see I have 3 specialization rows active. As you can see, currently I have Spite, Soul Reaping, and Death Magic active. To change a specialization, click on the one you wish to change. Then select the one on the list you want to switch to. Now that you have selected the specialization you want to go with, simply click on the traits you want on each row that best modifies for the way you play. Let me show you some examples of what traits you could use to enhance the way you play. Let's say as a Necromancer, your playstyle involves you playing with the Axe and Warhorn skill. But then you might end up fighting an enemy that happens to take way too much control away from you. Then you might be interested in specializing in Death Magic for a trait that makes enemies flee when control is taken away from you. As you can see, this trait could save your life in this kind of situation. Let's say as a Necromancer, your playstyle involves you using your minion skills.
Excellent.
But then you notice your pets end up dying too fast, making them almost worthless in some cases like this. Then you might be interested in specializing in Death Magic to choose a trait that would increase your minions' health and toughness. As you can see, this makes it a lot difficult for the enemy to kill my minions. Let's say as a ranger, your playstyle involves you using trap skills. But then you realize the enemy is getting too close to you. Then you might be interested in specializing in skirmishing to use a trait that would make your trap skills cripple the enemy. This trait will also increase the conditioned duration of your traps while reducing their trap skills cooldown by 20%. As you can see, Cripple reduces the enemy's movement speed by 50%, making it difficult for the enemy to keep up with you. Let's say as a ranger, your playstyle involves you using your greatsword skills. But then you end up fighting a thief who constantly applies bleeding damage on you, making it difficult for you to survive. Then you might be interested in specializing in Wilderness Survival to use a trait that would support you with regen whenever an enemy applies bleeding, poison, and burning conditions on you. As you can see, while the enemy's bleeding condition tries to deal damage to me over time, my regen continues to heal me over time. Let's do an example using warrior now. Let's say your playstyle as a warrior involves you using a greatsword for its movement skills. But then you end up fighting an enemy that constantly immobilizes you. Then you might be interested in specializing in discipline to use a trait that would remove your immobilizations for every time you use a movement skill. As you can see, the enemy's immobilization is useless against me now, thanks to this trait. Remember, review what all the traits do on each specialization before you decide what to specialize in. Traits are 100% customizable that modifies the way you play. What traits work for you won't always work for others. Just because you may know someone playing the same class as you doesn't mean they'll have the same playstyle as you. So please take your time to read each trait to see which specialization will best fit your playstyle. Step number 3. Choose stats that supplements your playstyle. Now that you have established your playstyle based on the way you play with your skills and traits, you should have a better idea on what stats you should go after that best supplements the way you play. When choosing your stats, ask yourself, what playstyle is your build based on? Is your build based on burst damage? Then you might be interested in power, ferocity, and precision stats. Is your build based on conditions? Then you might be interested in condition damage and condition duration stats. Is your build based on survival? Then you might be interested in healing power, vitality, and toughness stats. Depending on how you're playing, choosing the right stats will be different for everyone. Here's an example of how you could choose your stats. Let's say as my guardian, my playstyle involves me using a spirit weapon skill called Hammer of Wisdom. This skill is a control skill which allows me to take control away from the enemy by knocking it back and knocking it down at my will. I could then choose to specialize in Zeal to use a trait called Expeditious Spirits. This trait will allow my Hammer of Wisdom skill to deal burning damage whenever it strikes an enemy. In addition, it also reduces the skill command and recharge rate by 20%. Due to my current playstyle, the stats I could be interested in could be the condition damage stat to increase the burning damage I do from my Hammer of Wisdom skill, and condition duration stats to increase the burning duration of my Hammer of Wisdom skill. So there you have it. Building your class in Guild Wars 2 is pretty simple. Just follow these 3 steps. Step number 1, choose skills that fits your playstyle. Step number 2, choose traits to enhance your playstyle. And step number 3, choose stats that best supplements your playstyle. So what's your playstyle?